last we left off. Our group had made their way into the Underdark in order to avoid the Archmage Velrenith Adararn of the nation of Prospero. The group decided to delve deeper into the Underdark in order to find something, or anything, that might give them a clue as to where they were. It seemed at one point that the nation of Prospero might be following them, but after many miles of descending into the darkness, the group felt very much alone. Coming across a natural crossroad, the group decided to head toward water, as that was probably their best bet to find other beings. Unfortunately, the underground stream was tainted, and foul chitinous creatures with tentacle faces attacked them from below. To make matters worse, a roper used this opportunity to ambush the group, but the creature struggled to grasp anyone within its rope-like appendages, and was subsequently banished from this realm. The group then had a bizarre interaction with a creature who claimed this area of water as its own. The creature kept asking the group if they wanted to be its friend, and it definitely seemed to know more and more about the group as the conversation continued. Eventually, the group tired of this creature and decided to leave it behind in the water and head further along the stream. Further and further down the stream, they eventually came across a clean and fresh patch of water. The group felt their water skins washed up and continued on in hopes of finding someone or something more amiable. Down a cavern, the group saw the flicker of a campfire and approached cautiously. Large tusks were embedded upon a rocky crag, and the booming footsteps of a large being could be heard. The group had stumbled upon the home of a giant Fomorian, and he was none too pleased to see trespassers in his home. And this is where we begin today's session. I would like everyone to roll for initiative.
Wasted.
Ooh, there's new sounds. Alright, well this is an interesting turn of events, as Arvin, you are first. A big, giant, ugly creature that looks like this, with a incredibly large, crazy eye, is none too happy that, well, he didn't invite any guests.
Okay, he looks pretty angry.
Yeah, he's waving his club at you.
Oh boy, that's a big club. Okay, alright. We're taking a look here. I don't typically go first, so that's the thing. Is this a humanoid? I don't know the definition of humanoid.
No,
Is that just like a regular sized person?
Yeah, a humanoid would be more like you, Kime, things like that. This, you're pretty sure, is a giant type species.
Okay, got it. Alright. I presume we already have 8 on. Yes, we already have 8 on. Okay. Alright, I don't like that this thing is so close to me. Or that I'm so close to it. So, first I'm going to use my inspiration on Kime, because he's in the front line. This is my bonus action. Okay, good. And, ooh, the targeting looks different. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm playing music. Sorry, I'm just gonna watch this for a little bit. Okay. We're gonna cast Fear on this guy. Oh, 1 sec.
Alrighty.
Sorry, 1 sec, my daughter just walked in.
Well, that creature is feared.
Okay. Fear. He's frightened. A creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there's nowhere else to go.
Nice.
And when it gets somewhere where it can't see me, then it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Ah, look at that fraidy cat. It's a big baby.
Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step back. Okay, I'm feeling good.
Alright, Panoply.
Ooh. Am I in darkness or is it light?
You're in darkness up there.
I choose to stay here and shoot over the heads of my party since they're all shorties and that guy isn't. First, I shall Hunter's Mark him.
I'm a crouch.
I'm gonna aim just for the top of his head, see if I can whiff a hair off.
My freshly coiffed hair. I saw the arrow shoot.
And then I'm going to dread ambush him. Oh, wow, that still hit. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna...
Why did it roll?
A lot of stuff? Why does it roll 3 Hunter's Marks there?
Okay, give him back the 2 extra on that. Yeah, it's rolling 3 a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Alright, I fixed it. Well, I don't know if I fixed it, but fixed his
Okay,
health.
we'll find out, because I'm gonna shoot him again. Making many.
Good job, D&D.
So
Okay.
There.
And then I will just stay back here. Actually, I might even kind of scoot right into this like fungus pile a little. I'm done.
Alright, well that hurt him. It is Gilfie's turn.
Gilfie is pretty far back, as it seems. So fly 50 feet at him and use the help action for Kime. Then fly 10 feet back and end her turn.
Alright, Kime, your turn.
Kime is gonna run forward. Or then he's going to summon an echo. Spot. And then run giant and attack twice. first one with advantage. I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
It still hit.
Oh, cool. You see the sword swing too.
14 barely hits.
I think our guy is a large target.
Fire on your sword.
No fire. Miss. And that will end Kaim's turn.
Alright, the Fomorian gets to go, but has to try to run away. So it is going to invoke an attack of opportunity.
Kaim know that Arvin feared it.
Arvin casts some thingies.
I raised my hands in the air and I yelled "Ooga Booga" at it, so maybe.
You know what? I'll take the opportunity attack.
Okay.
That he stays where he is.
Well, it has to take the dash action, so that's its action for the turn. Super awesome.
Good teamwork, Kaim.
Kess is just gonna shoot it with a light crossbow. Lol, I say just with a light crossbow.
Okay. I wasn't the only one expecting 100 dice there, right?
And she slinks away. Turxian.
Perxian wants to keep it in a loop, so he is going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at it. No. Okay, and that will end his turn.
Alrighty. A little flying creature moves forward.
Oh my god! It's like a little teeny virus!
Ooga booga!
Ah! What the deuce?
And it shoots 2 eye rays. Oh, it's not random. Ooh. It will shoot a wounding ray at Arvin.
But dodge it.
And a confusion ray at Turxian.
Dodge.
So, eye ray. Psst.
Oh gosh. I can't dodge that.
Did it make you roll a save?
The sweet summer child got nailed.
It clicked up 2 rolls. I clicked both of them and then they both went away, but only one rolled.
Oh, okay. You rolled a 6.
I mean, what was one for saving throw and one for con?
Concentration.
The hell
Looks
were
like-
you concentrating on? Oh,
My spell.
fear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they
the
did both.
Fomorian's no longer feared.
Okay, it took forever to pop up, but there it is.
Okay. How do I do this eye ray thing with a different eye?
Make sure you like the remote control beholder, like pointing it around.
It doesn't have the option. Turxian, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh. Well. You're not confused.
Hooray!
Arvin, your turn.
Oh, I don't like that thing. What the heck was that? Okay. I'm gonna whisper sweet nothings into this guy's ear from afar. Quapa! Now you roll, sucker.
No! So as to fly away.
Yep.
Anything else on Arvin's turn?
Yeah, it looks like my bardic inspiration is useful, so we're gonna throw that back on there again. Hey, and I think positioning is still good. Turn is done.
Alright, Panoply.
Panoply notices it, but is not changing targets because of Hunter's Mark. Steps out again. Do I have line of sight right there? Just. Thank God he's big. Single-mindedly on that Fomorian. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck it's doing, man. And then steps backward into the fungus again.
Alrighty. Gilfie's turn.
Okay. Gilfie is going to do the same thing. Going to dive bomb the Fomorian. Use help action for Kime, and then he's going to come this way and end her turn.
Kaim, it is your turn.
Nice. Yes. Yet.
Just barely.
Okay. The echo will move up 5 feet. It can hover, so yeah. I'll end Kime's turn.
Righty, the Fomorian, who is no longer feared, gives Kaim the crazy eye. Oh. I have to use this.
Okay. Oh, that ain't good.
Kime failed the curse of the evil eye. So it gives you the crazy eye, and you take 33 psychic damage. But Kime starts to look ugly.
Like,
He
More than
looks
normal?
magically deformed. And while deformed, Kime's speed is halved, and he has disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and attacks based on strength or dexterity.
dude, that's disgusting.
That's the Fomorian's turn.
He says casually with a smirk on the other side of his computer.
Kessa is in abject horror, as Kime is no longer the attractive male that she once longed for,
That's what
and
kind of
decides to shoot the horrible thing.
Wait, which one? Oh my god.
Oh, it failed it. Save. Oof. That's a lot of damage when it fails.
Is the curse broken?
Nope.
I'm still ugly?
Yup.
You need to give him a bath.
Turxian, your turn.
Alright. Not liking that thing kind of coming over on his blind side. We wasn't prepared for it. Kind of decides he really doesn't want it to come any closer, so he's going to pull out a bit of spider web and launch a web over near it. I think he's going to want to put it right there. And then he's gonna back up and end his turn.
Alrighty. Mr. Iglon. Oh, didn't make me roll a die. What's the first one? A dexterity save?
Yes, Dex save 16.
It doesn't care. Gonna move.
I'm going to Silvery Barbs that.
Alrighty. It will roll again.
What the heck is that?
It is now stuck.
Is that like a reaction spell?
It is.
Whoa.
Do you
I
want to
want
give somebody
to-
advantage?
Kessa.
Alright. Well, Iglon is going to shoot some eye beams out now he's stuck. A necrotic beam at Mr. Arvin.
Echo, save me!
Oh, that was a puny roll.
No!
And then a confusion ray at Kessa. So Kessa needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh,
Of course.
I wanted her to randomly attack somebody with advantage.
Oh no.
Alright, Arvin, your turn.
What's Kime? Does Kime look like he's gonna like turn on us, or he's just ugly?
He's just magically ugly.
Okay, I can deal with this. Yikes. Alright, let me take a look at my healing word. It says up to 6 creatures. I can't just like double those on 2 people though.
The what?
I was just looking at spells. Okay, I want to get like this far. Got at least 65 feet. Sorry, doing some measurements here. Now it hit Kessa. Okay. I'm gonna hide behind the ugly guy for my movement. It's so mesmerizing. How far can I shoot?
With what weapon?
Crossbow.
Inventory crossbow. You have a hand crossbow, so 30 feet. Anything above 30 feet is at disadvantage.
Lame.
Is it restrained?
It is. So, you would just have a normal shot.
Oh, good job, Panoply. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it. Nope. My turn is done.
Womp, womp, womp. Panoply, your turn.
Perxian, you hear from slightly behind you, please don't move to your right anymore. And suddenly an arrow shoots out.
With triple advantage.
Oh, 1,000 advantage. I move Hunter's Mark with my bonus action.
That would be a crit.
Yes.
Yeah, rolled the correct amount of dice this time.
Huh. It's giving me another window for a critical hit, though, which is weird. I'm just gonna close that. Hey.
Iglon falls to its death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, does it fall or is it just stuck?
It's stuck until the web goes away and then it falls. Like after a
Fly
minute, the
in
web
the
goes
spider
away,
web.
and then you hear this like sploosh as this like meat sack with tentacles plops to the floor.
Splorp.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Panoply disappeared.
Just looking at a human thumb right now.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I think it updated. I am going to creep out. So this area is pretty large. I mean, that dude was large.
Yeah.
Does it look like if I... Are there any evidence of more creatures? Like multiple spits? If I hear or see anything if I'm studying the far corners?
Make a perception check.
We're out of combat though, right?
We think.
Yup. You don't hear anything other than little scurrying mice
Fine, look at me.
or rats.
I'd reach my arm back and slap Kime across the face.
Why did you do that?
Bro, I'm trying to slap the ugly right out of you.
Oh my
Can
god.
Can I ascertain whether Kaim was affected by a magical effect? And whether it might be something like a curse or something like that.
You'd probably have to use an identify spell.
Like an arcana. Okay. Are we in a hurry, or
I mean,
think I can
I think it'd be good if we scouted around a little first just to make sure we know where we're going next.
Okay.
You sure we don't need to deal with this ugly man first?
Tessa, can you put out the torches down there when you go? I see her as she goes past me. Or presumably I do, unless you rolled a stealth check.
Cough in case it spreads.
I go right up to Kime and pat his ugly little cheek. And just tell him it's not so bad, actually.
Keep in mind
Like, he looks deformed.
It is pulling your shoulder strangely, though.
Does
like a
Kaim
scar.
know he's ugly right now? Because right now it seems like you guys are just doing your normal banter and joking on Kaim.
I mean, you feel different. Like, your speed is halved. You suck at ability checks, saving throws, and attacks.
I must search the Fomorian's body.
I feel a bit sluggish.
On the Fomorian, you find a bag of rats, a very large sharpened bone that looks like he may or may not have used it as a toothpick,
I like
and
it.
then a really big club.
Okay. How about it? His crazy eye's still in there, right?
Oh yeah.
Tyrexian, can we use his crazy eye to reverse the spell?
I have no idea.
Kime, come have a staring contest with this thing.
Okay. Kaim will slowly walk over.
Okay, don't blink.
God, it's so ugly.
The evil eye stares back. But nothing happens.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry this is bothering me so much. You're just so disgusting, and I can't imagine what that must be like.
You see Panoply
Purple
pass by a
usual.
torch, putting it out, and giving you a very judgmental look, Arvin.
That's a good idea. Yeah, put all the lights out though, so we can't see him.
There's a big bonfire in the middle.
Oh, that's fine. I just don't want the torches near me lit.
Did Kessa walk to the south?
Yeah, Kessa eventually returns and just like, there are two paths down that way, but I don't see anything else. And the torches don't continue. So I think this was its home.
Explains why nothing else is here, too. Really.
Is there
Okay.
anything over here? Like,
Well,
Do you-
Tirsian, you want to take a minute and see if we can do anything, or are we just gonna go on and let Kime be slow boy?
I mean, I think it's worth resting briefly, Kessa, just to recover. You do look like it's not easy to move, Kime.
That looks like a pen for a pet, maybe?
inside?
Yeah.
Oh, for the green guy?
Maybe.
What is inside?
Just like straw. And bones.
Okay, I'm gonna chill by the big bonfire in case we want to take a short rest.
Sluggishly walk over to the bonfire. Sit down like an old man, just hurting while he's trying to sit back.
Do you think this is permanent? Because if so, maybe we should put him out of his misery.
Yeah, I second that.
Might be able to fix it tomorrow. Maybe.
Oh,
Can you
was I
tell
supposed
what
to
it
look-
is?
I'm supposed to look this way all night?
I mean-
I'll burn my auto ritual. I don't think I've used that yet today.
Kime, can you just shake it off? Just shake
have
your head back and
not.
forth really fast.
And I will cast Identify.
Did that work?
The shaking of the head definitely did not work. But Identify, Tirsian learns that this is the curse of the evil eye. So it's something that Fomorians can do. The creature becomes cursed with magical deformities, and while deformed, speeders have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and attacks based on strength or dexterity. The transformed creature can repeat the saving throw whenever it finishes a long rest, ending the effect on a success. But it is a curse.
So I could be this way for a very long time.
Is it something that I believe that remove curse would be able to lift?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Kime, you'll probably sleep it off, but if you don't, I could fix it tomorrow.
Okay. I hope we don't have to run fast from anything.
Maybe your cousin can just give you a piggyback ride.
I mean, my speed would be halved. But it's better if we go slower anyway, because, I mean, even in your glorious state, Kime, you're pretty loud.
Well, I could use a quick rest if you guys want to hang out here for a bit.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Just to recover a little bit.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty necrotic.
There's nothing below us for a long time. If that creature was keeping everything away, then this is the safest spot until they discover he's not here.
Alright, so what are you guys planning to do?
We're gonna short rest and then proceed south.
Just a short rest.
Yeah. To let our hit people recover a little.
Extra 4 if you use a hit dice. Are we good to take a short rest then?
Yep.
Okay.
spells.
Yeah, I used 3.
I used 5.
Yikes.
Mm,
Did I click the
Confused.
short rest button? Maybe I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 minutes after the short rest, copying a spell into my spell book.
Okay.
Here's I don't know, maybe if you might know. So I got it in Egrith Runai's spellbook, Tensor's Floating Disc. I see it's a first level spell in D&D Beyond, but for some reason in my spells I can copy, I have it listed as a 3rd level spell. Do I have the right spell? Did we write down somewhere other than just my notes what was in her spellbook? I don't know how I would have got that so messed up. What other 3rd level spell could it be? I won't worry about it. Never mind. I was gonna carry Kime around on a floating disc, but we'll just walk slow. I don't want to waste time doing this right now.
Alrighty. So you all continue. Oh, what the hell happened to Foundry? Sorry, I have to refresh.
All right.
Alright. I need everybody to roll a d6.
Was there anything in this little cubbyhole over here?
There is a stone axe, some sketchy looking meat, and then bones.
Got it. Okay. Guys, slow down. My feet hurt. Thanks.
You guys are like dragging around Quasimodo with you.
Uh,
Still pretty early in the day too, isn't it? How long have we been exploring since our long rest?
It's been a little while. Probably about 6 hours.
Okay.
6 or 7 hours. No, the music's broken.
gonna play your cousin. We can't let him take the lead. He's too slow.
He's not going to take the lead. It's better if Cuss and I take the lead.
I'm intentionally not taking the lead. Just whining in the background.
Which way do you want to go?
I look for tracks both ways. Are there any? Except
Alright,
for
roll
large,
survival.
giant ass footprints.
Wait, are we going towards tracks or away from tracks?
We'll see what they are first, if there's any.
This side has dwarf-like feet. This side, you can't make out any tracks.
So that way, there's these deep dwarves, and I don't think I ever really encountered them, but my mom said they weren't very friendly, not like surface dwarves. And this way, there doesn't appear to be anything.
Okay.
Should we avoid?
Weren't
people?
we coming down here to find people to ask questions to?
I mean, I think we're just trying to get away from the nation. Some people down here are good and some are bad, so it depends which people we run into, really.
Even if they're bad, would they be able to point us to a different way out of here?
I think they would. Or she's sitting and kind of tapping her head, like trying to remember what her mom told her about dark dwarves. I just remember that they weren't great.
Could charm them, right? They'd be my friend. I think the Fomorian and I would have got along if you guys weren't there.
Well, you went before any of us. Why didn't you charm him?
Oh, he already had his eye on Kime.
Might be too soon.
Too soon?
I could hear you back here.
We're waiting for you. It's fine.
Well, Kime, what do you think? Towards Dark Dwarves or towards No Tracks?
Well, to me, no tracks means a dead end. Nothing goes there.
That isn't true.
Nobody has gone there in a very long time.
Dirksian?
I think we should just trust Panoply. She seems like she's had most experience down here.
2-2. Kessa?
I'll leave that to you guys. This place sucks.
Alright, Panoply. You are in the lead, so tiebreak is yours.
I'm going to choose away from people, generally. Okay, so
Don't
My
second
mom-
guess yourself.
yeah, my mom and I talked to Drow down here before, but like I said, all I know is she said probably we aren't going to deal with the deep dwarves.
Alright, on to the dead end.
Alrighty.
Arvin turns and makes the hand motion to Kime to speed it up.
Can I kick him when I catch up?
Is that a
No.
dex check?
That ain't happening.
Ah, spider on my face.
Dirksian, how far did your web spell go?
$60 feet.
Then why is it here?
It's not mine.
Looks like Theros would be pretty happy right here.
Mm,
Those look like spiders crawling across the screen this time.
I can't move fast enough away from them. Get them off me.
That is pretty cool if you zoom in.
Careful, there's a crevasse on this side and I can't see the bottom.
Oh, I'm missing somebody.
Tessa. Oh. Is that a, Did I have to jump?
Yeah.
don't know if I can do it.
I'm gonna look down the edge. How far is the drop?
You don't know.
Arvin's curious and picks up a rock and tosses it. Listens.
Okay, make a perception check.
But
You chuck the rock. You hear it clink off a few other parts of the cavern, and then you hear nothing.
guys, I think this hole goes forever.
I don't think I should try.
It looks like you can just step across it.
What this right here? Can you see further, Arvin?
Well, hold up. Can Kime just step across this or not?
Yeah, he like old man crawls across it though.
Like going across the pipe over a culvert? Okay.
Oh, fuck you.
Sorry, Painfully, what were you asking?
There's a story here we need to hear later.
Are you asking if I can see across the bridge?
Yeah.
Probably the same distance as you. I've got the same vision.
I can see further than you. What?
Sorry, yeah, I just meant I have typical dark vision, I guess. I presume it's pretty dark down here.
Very dark.
I can only see
I
across
like it.
the bridge. Okay, well, it'll lead us south. Maybe there's a way around.
Honestly, I think I could just jump that at the best of times, really. Maybe not even.
20 feet, that's big.
Yeah, it's big.
Kime, anything to the south?
Not that I can see.
Like a dead end?
Oh, it keeps going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd rather not climb over the infinite hole.
Two paths we can take again?
Is Kessa still with us?
Yeah, she's cautiously moving around.
Arvin, you could.
What are you
check
doing?
Over
Get
there.
away from the edge.
Panoply. You do see from the other side.
I love my extended dark vision.
A couple figures.
Oh. Guys. What am I thinking? I could get across.
Yeah? How?
Shut up! Shut up!
What?
Just be quiet.
Okay, sorry.
You
I
see
just
across?
have my arrow drawn, or like an arrow drawn. I'm in darkness, I assume, here.
Yeah. There's very little light in here. Like
Before
no light.
Kime moves off, I go next to him and just, like, hold his shoulder, tell him to wait.
I will wait.
There are a few creatures on the other side that you see Panoply.
Watching, you know?
Familiar looking creatures.
Drow?
Dark skin, white hair, pointy ears. There's what looks like 4 soldiers with hand crossbows and swords. A male that looks like a captain, maybe. He has a whip, which you know kind of in Drow society denotes some sort of hierarchy. And then a female with a two-pronged staff.
And what are the purple blobs?
These ones?
Uh-huh.
They have hand crossbows and swords.
Okay. Okay. They're just not as cool. So I'm gonna look around, and then I know they can't see me, so I'm just gonna... Are they looking like they appear to have detected something?
Yeah.
Go right up next, and Arvin feels a hand on him. And then I just lean very close and whisper, "Please wait, out of sight." And then I'm going to, because I am expecting they can't see me, freely walk, maybe not to the edge. I'm going to call an undercommon. What house are you?
And you see, they were kind of already watching who they could see across the other side, and as they hear that in Undercommon, the four soldiers definitely sort of take a more defensive or aggressive posture. And the female walks forward and in Undercommon returns your question. I did not see you, but we are of House Glenath. Whom am I speaking to?
Just Panoply. Have you heard of House Banrecur?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh! Oh! But that's perception. Shit. God damn it!
That's fine. You rolled a. What's
Yeah,
your
it's
bonus
it's
for
a minus
persuasion?
one.
Minus one. Okay, that's on
yeah.
19. 19's still good. She looks around, looks in the vicinity of where you're speaking, but it's clear that she can't see you. She can see everybody else, while Kessa's pretty hidden. You're not sure if she can see Kessa. But she speaks out fairly... It's soft, but at the same time with authority. I know of the noble house Banrecur. We have loose connections from time to time. They aren't inhabitants of our domain, but if you are one of them, then I can say that it would put us at more ease.
We came down here to escape some of the nations on the surface. Is there I know you don't like dealing with outsiders much. Is there anything you need that we could do for you in exchange for passage, perhaps?
There are always deals to be made. Tell me, you don't look like a drow. And you travel with... Well... You travel with 3 half-elves, and then some sort of hunched creature. What business do you have with Housebane and JACQUIER?
They owe my family a debt. I do have proof. We encountered a giant. I'm afraid my cousin, actually, doesn't always look like this.
Aye, you ran into the Fomorian. It had its uses. Not much traveled down that way, but that would explain his demeanor. Come, we can offer you passage. If you travel south, you might encounter more Duergar that... Let's just say that they aren't exactly the most hospitable, as they are under the protection of a more malevolent being.
Is the only way across the bridge that's broken?
Oh no. We can give you something to cross. And she moves forward along with her guard. And they still have, like, 2 of them sort of have weapons trained on Turksian, and the other 2 move forward with their weapons, and she utters something in Undercommon, which sounds like an incantation to, like, lolth and spiders and stuff, and this web down here hardens and grows, and essentially turns into a web bridge.
I will go across it first and then look back to make sure everyone's following. Kaim, you can come.
Kessa is pretty nervous. She looks at you, Panoply, well, where your voice is coming from. Are you sure it's safe to trust these people?
Safe as anyone. Is Kaim going the other way?
Yeah. There's another bridge?
Down
Do you see
south.
where we are? Yeah, they hardened this. I don't think I can technically cross it in the thing. Oh, thank you. And I actually will ask, Kaim, can you cast light on me? And I'll go back to help him. Or light on, well, maybe just an object. I will grab like a rock or something. Feel around by my feet.
I will cast light on you. On one of your arrows. Arrow tips.
And then I sort of put down my bag, very obviously, now that I'm in the light. And I pull out that pendant that my mother had given me.
So make a history check real quick, Panoply.
Oh god.
Okay. Your mom tried to tell you about your father, and Housebane JACQUIER and the ways. The only thing you really remember is that you don't remember your father's name, It just never felt like it was important. He was never there.
I don't think I learned it until one of the guys read it in a book too, like
Yeah.
Arvin.
You know that there was a important person named Tathor. That name sticks out. You know that your grandma had some sort of dealings with House Bainrakor, and that pendant was passed down from her to your mom to you. And from what you understand, most Drow worship Lolth, but House Bainrakor, they still have some tidings over to Lolth, but they seem to have moved away from Lolth a little bit more. What you see on these ones is that they definitely have symbols of the Spider Queen, the demon god, the spider god, whatever name she goes by nowadays. But it is very clear that these Drow worship Lolth.
I hold up the pendant and say, from my mother, Lucifera, from her mother, Minnow. And then I prod Theros for it, and this is Theros, my friend. Oh, and this is Kym, my cousin, and Arvin, and Trixian, and Kessa, and Gilfie.
We welcome you to our domain of House Glenath. My name is Talrine, and these are my bodyguards. We heard some disturbances this way and feared that it might be a Durgar attack, but you seem okay for now. Let's leave this place quickly, and we can give you more accommodating quarters to talk and discuss, and maybe we can come to some sort of agreement for you to pass through our sacred lands. As I'm sure you are at least somewhat aware of the rules or laws of passing through our lands. We don't take quite kindly to those who aren't worshippers.
Worship, perhaps, no, but respect, yes.
Clearly. Shin, can't something in the web behind you goes back to being a very thin, flimsy web. This way. And she heads down the corridor.
Catch Kessa's arm and whisper, I don't know if you know this, but the women are in charge here. So you must act like it.
She gives you a smirk. Maybe this place isn't so bad after all. They lead you down a bunch of different caverns. And you all end up going down caverns that you didn't see, that were covered in webs or disguised rocks, things like that. It looks like these Drow know their way around very well. And it's about 2 hours before they bring you.
I will also just catch Kym and say thank you, and I will douse that light as soon as, I will ask him to get rid of it. I just let them see me in the medallion, and then I am done with being seen. I also want to kind of test if they can see me in darkness.
All right. They lead you to what looks like a little outpost. And And to answer your question, it does not. Well, so at first, they can't see you, but you very much notice that the Inquisitor casts a spell and then looks directly at you and gives you a nod.
I will smile with my sharp teeth.
As you approach the Dark Elf outpost, I think this is a good moment for a break.
We're still alive.
For
So
now.
come back in like 8 minutes or so. 45 after. to a little dark elf outpost. There is not much talk initiated by these drow. They seem fairly professional, very silent when moving, very much like Kesset and Panoply. But they bring you to an area that has some very soft purple glowing torches. A little outpost, and you can make out sentries every once in a while, including creatures that are half spider, half drow.
I try and stay at the head of the group.
Vin is strictly in follow mode.
Tallarine leads you down around a corner to what appears to be the entrance to the outpost. The big spider thing moves forward as Tallarine mentions something to her.
I will, if the spider thing looks at us, I will bow to it politely.
It kind of looks your way.
I bow politely, then get out of its way.
I mimics it and Panoply and bows.
So they take you deep into the place.
This is cool as hell.
Oops, that was you. It's a smallish outpost, and Tallarine tells you that this is just a forward operating base, and that the city that they come from is nearby, but it is much larger, and there are many other houses there, and not all of them are as polite as House Gleneth. So she looks at Panoply and says, "What did you say your mother's name was?"
Lucifera. I don't know my father, although I know he was drow of some kind.
Yes, I can see that. Now, she is also a tiefling?
Yes, Silver, after her mother. We have odd parentage. This is actually my cousin. I know he doesn't look well right now, but our grandmother was an Aasimar. I think his father was maybe as well.
Gives a toothy smile. Crooked.
House JACQUIER comes from another continent. Is that where you hope to go?
Honestly, are you aware of the nation of Prospero? I assume
We
you
are
have...
not ignorant to what happens on the surface.
In a direction that is not that way would be fine. Any place you wish to put us on the surface that isn't there, preferably. If there is a way between continents below, then I suppose we could go there as well, if that is easier.
That is definitely a possibility. Now, you all must have some sort of military acumen, as you've made it this far into the Underdark, and well, you look like you're well equipped.
Thank you. Our Kime will be okay, I think, after after sleeping, I believe.
I was once a
Trixie can
cute
fix him.
man at one point.
Debatable, but anyway, our friend Wizard here can fix him, I think,
Hopefully
in
he'll
a day.
sleep it off, but if not, I'll take care of him tomorrow.
The curse of the Fomorian's eye takes somebody of charm to shrug off the effects. So if he thinks he can do it, then
Somebody
sure.
of charm?
Well, he has to fight off the effects, just usually those who aren't charming stay ugly.
Panoply looks very skeptically at Kime and then looks away quickly.
I mean, if you have somebody here who could remove it, it would certainly be. I'm sure he'd appreciate the whole night back to himself rather than waiting until tomorrow.
It depends what they want us to do, maybe. It is a consideration.
I doubt he has it prepared right now, but we could perhaps, but
If he doesn't, I'll take care of it in the morning.
so I've met a member of House BRET once or twice. And this named Tathor, Oh. I'm sorry. Now I think about it, you didn't mention his name, but it'd be remiss of me to say that I haven't been probing your mind while you were here.
That's the only name I know, because it's the person who gave my grandmother this pendant.
He's well known in House BRET, kind of like an emissary. We could send you that way if you wish, or we can help you reach the surface, but if you seek solace from the nation of Prospero, that is something that I cannot guarantee on this continent.
You know what lands the surface area lies in?
I think your people call it the Volek state.
I think that would be acceptable. I am trying to observe if Kessa has a reaction to that. Does she have a minute relief on her face, or
Make an insight check. It's hard to read.
damn tricky people?
But before I make promises of helping you, as I said, I am opportunistic and, well, there's something that has been problematic for our people, and it involves those Duergar that I was talking about.
I wondered. Especially with the Fomorian gun. Maybe there is something we could help with there?
Yes, I'm not really sure what your society is like, but for ours, we aren't exactly known to show mercy to those that are weaker than us. But quite frankly, the Duergar have been encroaching on our lands far too often. And while we kill a patrol here or there, they seem to just keep coming.
You'll forgive me, but I have had dealings with Drow before, but not Duergar. Could you tell us about them? Just, it's helpful to know one's enemy.
Well, we have one if you would like to study it. But otherwise, they are, in your tongue, known as deep dwarves, gray dwarves, something like that. They have all the normal traits of a dwarf, just an even more cunning for stone and a deeper, darker demeanor. I suggest not using poisons on them. Kessa, looks at her hand crossbow. Oh, they have a knack for turning invisible and changing their size.
Invisible, as in... There's different kinds. People can't usually see me in the dark, but it's not the same, I don't think.
Like magic.
I look at Turxian. Does he nod or acknowledge that?
Sure does.
When you mean change size, how big or small?
They can double their size. Essentially turn themselves into the size of one of our triders outside.
What would you have us do?
Well, I'd like the Duergar to stop encroaching on our lands, and I think the only way to do so is to cut off the head.
Are they hive creatures?
Not normally, but I think there is something else that guides them.
Why would they come onto your lands? Unless they thought you were on their land?
I mean, if both people have a need for something. It happens up top too, right? People fight over borders.
What do we know about what guides them?
You want us to find out what guides them? Or do you know already and want us to end it?
I have my suspicions, but there's no proof other than they're not acting like Duergar normally act. Duergar stay away from our lands, but this being wants something.
You know what kind of being at all? And mind control them? What does it do?
I think so. I'm not sure, but it could be one of 3 creatures. But I don't think it's one of them, as I know where that creature is and it lives in the water. There's multiple creatures that like to control the mind down here. And Aboleth is one, but they stick to large bodies of water and the water around them becomes tainted and sickly.
I think we know what you mean.
Wait, is that what guides them?
Well, that's just one possibility, but she doesn't think it's that one, Kaim.
The other possibility is, we call them illithid. The common tongue, I think you call them mind flayers. But once again, I don't think it's one of them, as generally some of their captives would be hosts to their larvae or other cerebral-like beings. My last thought is that it could be a beholder. Not necessarily a being that controls minds, but definitely one that is not above enslaving other creatures.
Would the names of any of those creatures ring any bells for me?
And the second one?
You can make 3 separate Arcana checks. So you definitely know about aboleths, and you're almost certain that's what you met previously at the water pool. They're like aquatic aliens, for lack of a better term, and they are very much mind-controlling entities. Very strange creatures. They alter minds of creatures. They feed on memories of other creatures, and they generally have a bunch of very strange minions. Then they enslave others. Mind flayers you're not as familiar with. You have heard of the name Illithid, but they sound like space stories, essentially. Beholder, you've heard of them. Like eyeball monster, tentacle eyes, reminiscent of that creature that you destroyed with the Fomorian. You know that it has many eyes on stalks, and you've heard that those eyes shoot magical rays out of them. Very evil beings, very powerful.
I'm just gonna just kind of try and stay in the back quietly, not draw any attention. Let Panoply keep handling the conversation.
Would it be all right if we rested for a time here until our wizard could help my cousin?
Absolutely. You bear the sigil of House Bin Rakor by our laws and practices that we can afford you 7 days of rest here before you must move on in a direction that is not through our city. But if you do this deed for us, then strings can be pulled and we can both reward you with your wish and other acceptable terms for adventurers such as yourself.
Do you have maps of your land where it encounters the Duragars?
Yes.
If he could look at them, and I point at Turxian and motion him forward.
She looks toward her captain and he sort of clicks his heels and then silently wanders off into a different room, presumably collecting something. We shall gather those for you.
Thank you. Is there any information that you would like from us? I know we are not from this continent either, and we've done some travel up top, but I don't know that we know a lot.
Perhaps at another time. It's very rare that we meet individuals from the surface. Usually they are long dead by the time they reach us. Maybe if you complete this task, I might inquire a little bit more. Keeps the mystery.
Smile, and then look at Kessa a little.
Kessa just looks back at you.
Probably.
She looks at Kaim. No, I think that rest sounds good. I'm keep hoping to wake up and he looks normal.
I will go put my hand on Kaim's shoulder, and I will just address my party in common. We should not wander, I say pointedly, looking at Kessa. Be respectful. And then we will see what we can find out about these Duragar.
The captain returns with a couple maps and hands them to Turxian. Essentially, it's a bunch of cavern systems and that broken bridge where you guys came from. There's a path that you guys looked at, and it sort of intersects with the path from the Fomorian's chambers that you saw Duergar footprints, and it leads into this cavern system. There is a small outpost marked on it, but then deeper past it is some sort of like ruin or temple or something like that, with sort of speculative marks and questions and maybe marks on it where maybe a war party might have probed or something like that. And there's definitely various different markings where you get an idea of where they encountered Duergar patrols or maybe even incursions, and like varying numbers. It seems that Duergar war parties aren't exactly large per se, but there's various notes, like generally there's a spellcaster and a bunch of soldiers and various different, I guess, stone crafters is the best way to explain Duergar.
Well, study these and rest. And do you guys need anything else?
Rest ought to do it for me.
She points you to a chamber and says, "You can make rest in there if you wish. It's only 5 beds.
That's fine. We
Well,
can take turns.
I guess there's only 5 of you."
And Phyrexian nods and thanks as he follows.
Can if we make a perception check?
There's like a spider in every bed.
Yeah. Just as you shut the door, you hear the male timidly speak. "Take on the Duergar? Do you think they can handle whatever creature controls them?" And you just hear almost like a hiss back, and if they can't, then oh well. But otherwise, you all can take a long rest.
Oh, a bed.
We should take watches anyway. And I will take the first one since I have not been hit.
Watch the door?
Yeah. I would not go exploring Kessa. They will respect listening at the door, but not trespassing.
I have a question for the group.
Yes, it is
These-
noticeable. Oh,
If these doors are being some way bad, shouldn't we go after the source?
Well, maybe we can convince him to say something. I shrug at Arvin. Could we capture some?
I missed most of that. Was Chem cutting out, or is that me?
No, he's quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was saying, if these dwarves, if they're being controlled or influenced, why is there a way that we can stop the source or break the source of influence
Oh, understood.
instead of hurting
guess-
them?
I guess it depends on what it is that's influencing them and how.
Yeah, still lots of questions, but it's a good idea.
I mean, I think we'll have to hurt a group of them that we first encounter. I don't think they're going to be nice.
Kessa looks over at Yol and Kaim and says, "Our group in Night Hollow is led by Basilius. Were you able to find him before he showed himself to you?"
I don't know if knew what we were looking for at that point. Not that we know what we're looking for now. Fair point.
Point being that if something is leading these Duergar, I can't imagine that it would be easy to circumvent all of its defenses. Maybe some, but not all.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
if we had more information.
Maybe not
I
kill them. We can hurt them and subdue them.
I think we're gonna have to kill some. I mean, I'm not saying we kill all the Duragar. I think that's probably a lot, but I'm saying because they were talking about little war parties, right? We may need to. I mean, probably who's the smartest one? Probably like our Turksian, right? The caster that they were talking about. But I'm just asking, like, do we have a way of convincing them to talk? And honestly, if we have to hurt some to save the rest and they go back to being normal Duragar, that's best.
So my question is, actually, DM, was the majority of that conversation happening in Undercommon or in Common?
She spoke in common. She only spoke in Undercommon when first meeting with you all.
Okay. So what all do we even gain by doing this? She said we could rest here for 7 days just because of who you know. Are we trying to go somewhere? Or
I mean, we are. Where? I mean, do we want to go back to the Volok State Casa? Is that the best place to go? If we get back to our continent, that's better. I'm more familiar with that area. The drow there are more familiar. But then
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I see we get out of even doing this is maybe a chance to go back to your homeland. But I imagine Casa just gonna want to go.
There may be no way without doing this, and they can be very good friends. We've made a lot of enemies, and generally we would be enemies unless we did something, I think. It's just like, it's not personal. It's just that they see things differently than we do. It's like, I don't know, some of the beasts we fought, they would eat us. That's just what they do.
So you think we have no way but to do this now?
I think this is the known way, as opposed to, I mean, that creature in the water was a little scary. And we'd have to find our own way through a lot of paths that I'm not sure of. And that other path had these dwarves on it already. Unless we wanted to backtrack further, and there's no guarantees there either.
I'm all for a known way of getting out of here. Not a particular fan of hanging out in the darkness for longer than needed. And if we know we can get that help, hey, why not?
So, what are you doing?
Did you say Kessa?
Yeah.
She looks at you all. Well, I need to get back to the Volek state, so no matter what we do, that's where I will be going.
It's like when we met Kessa and we decided to do the same thing she was doing, and now she's an ally. I'm just saying these drow are probably good allies to have.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I want to help them. They're giving us a reward. I'm all in already.
Anybody have any bad feelings about this?
Oh, definitely. They're drow.
So am I a little bit.
I feel like they're definitely not telling us something.
Well, why would they? Giving you all the information is... they lose power.
Yeah,
The
so
less
you're an expert at
information
that.
you know, the more power they hold. Why do you think that we don't give you all the information when we give you a job?
Yeah, we've done this half dozen times. Unrelated, but Dirksen, did you get that remove curse spell back?
Oh, Kaim, you need to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's right. He has a chance to sleep it off.
At least it's charisma, not a dex check, eh?
Do you want to play a jaunty song for me, maybe?
Song about
You can-
Kaim's forgotten beauty.
You can do it.
Oh, he can!
I knew you had it all along.
Turksian snaps his fingers and casts silvery barbs on Kaim.
What?
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Kaim's like eating breakfast, talking to you, and like all the magical deformities like slowly disappear, but you hear like popping and cracking.
Was that your knee, Kaim?
Oh, what?
That crack.
I think it was my face.
Kaim is no longer the ugly.
Oh, praise be. That was uncomfortable.
Kind the handsome.
Kessa looks over at you. I'm more inclined to help you kill some Durgar now. If you don't want to help them, we can continue wandering through these lands, but the way I see it is we can't go through their city without helping them. And two of our directions lead directly to the Durgar, so we'd have to go all the way back through, past the stinky pool of tainted water and the crazy, creepy tentacle monster that wants to make friends of all of you. And then hope we can find another way. Maybe we go back through that soul crystal temple place and hope that the nation of Prospero isn't there anymore.
Do you think that we just walk away?
Walk away?
I mean, do you think they won't establish a presence there where there's a portal? Isn't that what they do?
Oh, I think you walk through that temple and they will immediately know who and what was there. I mean, quite frankly, I think you guys are fucked when it comes to Mr. Drowman.
That's comforting.
No. Did we tell you, Kessa, there might be something else hunting us?
No, this information was not provided.
Oh, well, in the interest of our friendship, I think Kaim and I might be a lich hunting us, we found out.
Oh, liches are even better. I'm starting to wonder why I continue to give you jobs.
Because we get them done. And we don't ask questions.
I mean, were you gonna find your way out of that crystal? By yourself?
I mean, you literally just said you don't ask questions, and then you follow it up with a question. No, I was stuck in that crystal and I'm very grateful for it. And here's half the reward that was owed to you. You only get half because Simon is in wherever the fuck Simon is now, but you saved me. So here's 2,500 gold. Are you happy now?
Yes.
No questions.
She like tosses whoever's closest a jingly sack, and it's not 2,500 gold, it's 250 platinum.
I mean, I think there's still a good chance to get you home, to get back to the Wall estate. Honestly, look at this as an opportunity. Like, maybe this would be a good ally for your nation too, for your country, whatever you guys are.
Yeah, patriotism. That sounds great right about now. Really, I just want to live.
And for the record, we didn't know you were in trouble. We had our suspicions, but we still came. And it was out of the goodness of our hearts, it wasn't for a reward.
Oh, then I'll take my 250
No, that's too
platinum
late.
back.
Kind of already pocketed it.
Okay, see, I figured it's not out of the goodness of your heart.
It was, but you offered.
Do you want to bang our Kaim? Come on.
I'm telling you, your chances rose greatly now you don't look like ugly.
Being ugly isn't so bad.
No. You think you are different or a freak or whatnot, you're fine. He was ugly.
That's were gross. It was like way worse when you were a teenager, Kaim.
Like, he fell out of the ugly tree, hit every single branch, got to the bottom, and then somebody cut the tree down and it fell on him. That's how ugly he looked.
Arvin appreciated that one.
Alright, so what are we doing? We killing Durgar? We going somewhere else? I mean, I'm sort of stuck with you, so...
Oh, let's go find the Duragar.
Yeah, and like I said, Kaim, we need one alive. Maybe. Don't kill everything.
They said they have one.
Think it knows anything? I mean, have you done that before, Kessa?
Well,
I'm not great at persuading, usually.
it's more of Basilius's thing. I usually just kill people and
Yeah,
bring
me
them
too.
back to him or
Yeah.
gather information, but not the kind of like information where you know, prisoners, more like you guys are talking and I listen. Anywho, this one probably doesn't know anything that this Talreen, strange language. Talreen probably knows everything and is just, you know, telling us what benefits her the most. If I were to guess, she knows exactly which of the monsters it was, and if I were to guess, it's not the Beholder because she made it sound like it is the Beholder. And if I were trying to get you to kill something, I would hide the truth of what it is.
I would say it's. I think you're right there. And I think the Abla thing that talked to us didn't sound like it had a lot of friends, or, like a lot of people. It seemed a little desperate.
So to me, that means that it's something that sucks your brains out. So if you
Yeah.
kill something and there's like a brain creature, you kill it immediately.
Okay. Are they squishy like a brain? Like,
It looks like a brain with 4 feet. And Mr. Bard Arvin Man, if it's, you know, a brain creature or looks like it's Cthulhu, it probably is immune to psychic damage.
Oh, Kessa, don't pretend you don't know my real name.
And I said Arvin Bardman. I don't know your last name. You go by the Jolly.
do you know ours? I mean, I guess
Basilius knows your names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like your panoply. He's Turksian. Kaim. Well, I know Kaim Stormbreaker is like it's written on his back almost.
Wait, it is? Guys, can you clear it off, please? I don't want people knowing me.
We
Damn
like
it.
you too, Kessa.
I hit back at
Yeah.
Kaim's head.
Ow, it was there?
Yeah, it was there, Kaim. Go to sleep.
Maybe we can get them to give us something before we go to our deaths.
Like what?
I don't know, anything to help.
Oh. I mean, we can ask if there's anything that'll help. I was just gonna say, if it's for vanity or just money, then it's not really gonna help if we're dead.
No, I mean like a potion or a weapon or,
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know, more information.
Do you want to talk to them since they speak common, Arvin? Well, actually, it's probably better. I don't know. Talk to the men. Maybe talk to the men and see, but don't talk to her. I don't think they'd like that.
Oh, what information are we trying to get?
See if they have a potion or like a little more information on what it might be. Maybe ask like man to man if they've noticed any brain creatures when they're killing the Duragar.
Alright, I will go with you. And do that thing where you talk and be charming and all the women fall head over heels except he's a man, so I don't know.
Don't try to charm their women. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Do you guys need me for anything?
We're gonna need you to kill stuff later.
Okay, then I am gonna walk around and see if I can find a bath.
Are you kidding me? It's gonna bathe.
I
Guys,
thought he just
always.
bathed the other, like, yesterday.
Yeah, but
He didn't go in the water.
I feel all ugly. Kind of just gonna walk through random doors now.
I kind of want to just watch this.
Oh, what do we have here?
Kessa like peeks around the corner, looks over at Panoply like, then she like walks over to Arvin and nudges him.
Yeah, walking around, I know that I'm not too familiar with these people, but I suppose if reading any body language, does anybody look a little more comfortable with us or bored?
Well, the house captain was like pacing around in this room on top of what looks like a prison grate or something, but there's nothing underneath him. And then he pauses, clicks his heels, and looks toward you, holding his hands behind his back.
Well, since he's looking at me, I suppose I'll walk up there and ask what normally is down underneath these crates.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
I take my shirt off. I'm just kidding.
We have a being known as a Dragloth, which is sort of a gift to Talrine from Lolth. And let's just say sometimes it gets hungry, so...
Oh, currently it is down there.
No, currently it's guarding the path, but... once we have no more use for our prisoners, we'll put them down there and,
And then they
let's
become
just say
bones.
that is the lunch table for our Dragloth.
We've found a couple different places filled with bones on our way in here. This doesn't seem to be a very welcoming place down here in the Underdark.
It's welcoming to the right people. Not the Duergar. It's not really what you came here to ask, is it?
Speaking of the Duergar, we're actually looking for some helpful information, hopefully. I wanted to know if you're able to speak on that.
Looks over at the door nervously. Be quick.
I sidle up next to him.
What do you want to know?
Panoply, what information are we looking for?
Yeah, please looking at this prisoner, but here's her name and
No, I'm sorry. I don't even
Oh.
remember what exactly we were looking for.
when they killed the Duragar, like when they've done battle lately, have they encountered brain creatures or have they noticed any
Yeah, we were thinking that they were under some sort of mind control, and we were looking to know if you knew what had them under control, if any clues, anything that might help us identify what it is.
Haven't encountered anything like that, but Some of the Duergar, or actually, all of the Duergar, do act as if they are not completely in control of their own abilities. The one in the prison right now, we have severed that tie and he acts more normal. So to me, that tells me that it's something that actually can control the minds of the creatures.
And when you say not in control of itself, does that mean using abilities it normally wouldn't have, or
No, just it's not
behaving as it normally would?
not thinking for itself. Duergar don't come out and attack known strongholds of Drow. That's suicide, unless they're in great numbers, and these are not.
What were you able to do to break that connection?
We, have our ways to lift mind control.
Marvin glances back to the door.
Not her. One who's a little bit more radical in his ideologies with Lolth.
Right, not something we could rely on. Thank you.
But another thing you should know is that we've had casualties here, yes, but there was one time where one of our own was taken. Once again, not like the Duergar. They usually just kill us, and that's it. This time one of ours was taken and never seen again.
And to this day, you have not seen that captive?
Correct.
Oh, not someone I want to run up against. Okay. Bao, thank you for his help, and relay information to the group when we're not in the same room as anybody else, I guess. And it would specifically be that there definitely is something that is controlling these things' minds. The tie is able to be broken, but probably not by any ability that we would have, or nothing easy. And that we would be in danger of falling under that same mind control.
Okay. Kind, do you ask the prisoner anything? Or do anything?
I thought he
Okay.
was looking for a bath.
What are you in for?
The dwarf at first doesn't pay any attention to Kaim. Just kind of like moving back and forth on the like stool, bench, whatever that is. Kind of like muttering something to himself.
Do we
Is he
understand what he's muttering?
You muttering an undercommon?
It's not undercommon.
Oh,
What languages do you speak?
Celestial, common.
infernal, elvish, common, celestial, undercommon.
Turksian?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Nope. Nobody understands the language he is speaking.
I'll ask the lady behind us. What's this deal?
He is broken. His mind broke.
So we can't say anything useful anymore?
He's speaking in a tongue. I know what it is, but I don't speak it. It's, I think you people call it deep speech.
You don't speak it? Okay.
No, he just repeats the same thing over and over again. I think it's a name. At least that's what it sounds like Tallarine says.
So I didn't mean to go in there with him.
The drow looks at Kaim. Don't go that way.
What's over there?
It's, sacred.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Well, should we go and find some Duragar?
Yeah, I'm ready to follow the map. Tierxian might be the best expert on this, but is there any way we can guard our minds while we're out there? Are there any precautions we can take?
Fortunately, that's not something that I can do.
Kaim, how can we fill our minds with no thoughts, nothing? Maybe that will protect us.
Panoply snorts a little. I don't think that's a solution. I don't think you'll have trouble.
Alright, who's got the maps?
Trixian, do you wanna...
Sure.
We should just go find a war party and then see what we can do with it, and then, yeah.
Oi, here we go.
Time? That sword, if we have light up, it might be important for me not to be seen. I mean, I understand, like, fire might help if it's far away, but don't just have it lit up all the time, please.
No, not at all. Did pretty good the last time we fought, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, Kaim, you're a little quicker today.
Yeah, I'm eager to get started.
Little pep in your step.
Excuse me, coming through. Going
This
through
way
the
we
legs.
came? I don't even know where we came in.
We came from the north.
So many legs.
If that's the way we're going. We're going back to the broken bridge?
I think so. Then we're just gonna take the other path. Goes down to the Duragar, maybe?
Yeah,
Does that seem like the most reasonable way?
I thought that was where we had to
Yeah.
start. Do you guys think we should come up with like a code word or something so that we know that we're ourselves?
I mean, I think that something when it takes your mind takes the code word, you know?
I did not think
Hmm.
about that.
You're on the right track. There's got to be something we can do.
Guess there's no way to shield your mind, right?
Probably is, but maybe we don't know it yet. Tessa, you got any thoughts on that?
Unfortunately, no.
Off we go to getting mind controlled and killing each other.
Yahoo!
Oh, confuse Ray.
So, question, DM, if Kime gets confused or something, what happens to the echo? Is it confused too, or?
It would probably go inert.
Okay.
We're on this side of the broken bridge.
Yeah, we crossed the web.
That's right.
I assume they will provide us our way back. So we don't have to hop over that long space.
Yes.
There's one reason to get on their good side.
As you all cross this web, Panoply, your spidey senses start going off.
Oh my.
Theros?
I noticed.
You hear breathing. And
Above, below, or nearby?
nearby. And seemingly invisible creatures appear.
Oh, fuck me.
It looks like you are walking into a Durgar trap.
This close to the outpost?
I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
So wait, was the web hardened now?
Yep.
Or it's loose now? I'm confused.
No, it's hardened.
And just Kime got across. Okay. And
I-
So
Cassie.
far.
I
So far.
Kime did a bonus session swap.
Yeah, I'll have to change these walls
The
Gotcha.
tiles.
to like that.
Oh, he's hiding in the same spot I was hiding. Smart man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good game.
Yeah. Whew. This is all crazy creepy down here. I like